Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. This is something a little bit different, I think. I've wanted to do this video for quite a while, or maybe this series of videos, I think. A while ago somebody suggested that I should do a couple of videos on the history of perfumery. I am no historian. I should lay that law down right now. But I did study perfuming for a while, and there was a big chunk of my course that was all about the history of perfumery and where it comes from and why the way things smell, they smell, and traditions and the way ancient civilizations used perfumery and how ingredients were harvested, all that kind of stuff. I do think that we get so lost in the wanting to smell beautiful and things like that, that me personally, I was wondering sometimes, where does this stuff come from? What did they do in the old times? You know, there are old times is so general. Anybody that would really like to add to this India historic perfumery type video, please comment below, please add to it. I'll be so grateful to know. And yeah, it's just really interesting to me, and I hope that the things that I say, I mean, I'm not an encyclopedia, I'm just telling you what I know for now. So anyone in India that ever watches this, and I know there are some of you, please give me some more facts and figures and stories. I just love it. I really want to know about it. There are so many things steeped in history, different ancient rituals and where these smells came from, and just everything really. Like, it's so interesting to me, not just the creation and the things that are put in bottles today that we spray on our skin. I really got intrigued into the deeper side of it when I started doing my course 2 years ago. So I wanted to start this video with India because it's personal to me. I've been there multiple times and I love it. And of course, if you've never been there, it's, for me, where incense comes from. It's a very deep, fragrant and religious and historical place. So I wanted just to share a few facts with you about what I found on the history of perfumery in India. I will do other countries, I believe, after this, depending on if, you know, this goes well. It's the first new thing for me, I don't know. And most of it is what I learned on my course, but some of it is the good old Wikipedia. You know, you can find this stuff out yourself. I just thought I would just chat about a few things that I found really interesting, based on the history of perfumery in India. So let's do it. It's a bit of fun, guys. Did you know that India was the most rich country in the entire world in terms of the raw ingredients that flourish and grow there? It's the richest country in the world when it comes to flowers, spices, incense, things like that. And it's no wonder that a lot of fragrant products come from India in that way. It's so surprising to me, where there's this entire rich landscape and growth and all of these amazing products that are probably sold to lots of companies around the world that sell sandalwood and spices, and it's just abundantly, it's just everywhere. There are so many spices and gorgeous things. In terms of the land, India is the richest when it comes to raw ingredients and perfume ingredients as a whole. Gulab Singh Jamaral, it is the oldest perfume shop in India. It's located in a really small nook and cranny corner of Delhi. It's 200 years old. Add it to my bucket list right now. They've been going for 200 years. They have royalty as customers. They sell fragrances that are, I think, about £200 for 10 grams of fragrance. What is 10 grams? I don't know. Somebody please tell me below, I'm not sure. They sell mainly attars and really strong oils and things, which totally makes sense to me because I've been to India a few times and I can safely say I have never smelled a fragrance on a person at all in India. Locals and tourists. It really makes sense because I've taken the strongest fragrances I've ever owned to India. The first time I took just regular ones I wanted to wear, second time I took the stronger ones I wanted to wear, and the third time I took the strongest, and still, in the humidity in India, it never really transpires into the air, it's very, very hard to make your fragrance translate in that sort of humidity. And yeah, there's no wonder that shop sells attars and oils only. They must sell some really super strong stuff. I need to try it out. I really do. What would this video be without talking about sandalwood? Mysore sandalwood. It's one of the most sought after and greatest sandalwoods in the entire world. It hails from India. It's been harvested there for 4,000 years. Ugh. I hope some of you that are watching have had the pleasure of smelling Mysore sandalwood. It really is amazing. It's been used in fragrances like Samsara and other ones that I don't really know, but you can tell from the vintage Samsara to the new one, there's this extreme depth and warmth and luxurious feeling to Mysore sandalwood. It's just amazing, and yeah, it comes from India. It's not only used for perfumery, they actually sculpt temple doors out of sandalwood to give a fragrant waft as you walk into the temple, and just obviously for some kind of ritual amazing experience. Sandalwood, you can smell it like this. If my hand was made out of sandalwood and I smelled it, it's the richest, most gorgeous wood, I think, and most sensual and exotic wood you can ever smell. So you can only imagine these ancient temples in India that are made out of sandalwood. The doors, I mean. Wow, that kind of blows my mind. I just love that. There was an emperor that ruled from 1556 to 1605 called Emperor Akbar, and he was apparently one of the hugest perfumistas ever. Whenever he would hold court or have an audience, he would create his own fragrances and have the fragrances seep into the room through various forms, I don't know which, just to kind of entertain his crowds. He also had scented fountains in his courtyard, so I always thought that you could have rose scented water fountains, but this guy went right up there. I can only imagine that he had Mysore sandalwood scented fountains. It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but in ancient times. I can't do this video without mentioning Sambac jasmine. Wowzers, I mean, Sambac jasmine is known as Arabian jasmine, but it's actually native to India, as well as Pakistan and also Bhutan as well. I was never aware of Sambac jasmine until Terry Mugler's Alien became released on the market, and it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys have ever smelled it on its own. I do have a bottle. I think I should go and get it. Let me just go and get it. Wait there 1 second. I mean, yeah, compared to your, I don't want to say run-of-the-mill jasmine, but the more commonly used jasmine, which is Jasminium grandiflorum, which is the rougher, kind of indolic sort of jasmine, Sambac jasmine to me is a different league. It seems like it has a bit of India infused into it. It smells a lot more incensey. It smells kind of, it's richer. It does have, I guess you could call it a slightly indolic kind of feeling where it's a little bit strange, but it really does feel so much more rich and beautiful, and yeah, that is a really good thing to be able to claim. Sambac jasmine, I love you. And I love India too. The last thing I want to talk about, and this is also a huge bucket list of mine, is a place in India called Kanauj. It is, I guess you could call it India's version of Grasse in France. They've been making fragrances for 5,000 years. They trade with 50 countries around the world, and 80% of the population that live in Kanauj are involved in the fragrance making industry. I feel like I need to move there. Now, it's kind of sad though, because reading up on this place, because of their traditions and then the way that they make fragrances, a lot of companies that make synthetics now and things like that, I mean, Kanauj make very, very traditional attars and traditional way of making fragrances, and really from the source. I feel quite sad, because from what I read, Kanauj is kind of a dying place because people no longer need that sort of fragrance anymore, and I feel like that it's like one small part of perfume history is dying. So I need to go there very soon. Hey, maybe I'll become an activist. Yeah, I'll be an activist for that place. Why not? It must be this most amazingly fragrant town. I can only imagine. I mean, I've looked up images of it, and things like this make me want to go deeper into fragrance and make me realise that I really should be working in that industry. Anyway guys, it was just a bit of fun. I hope you liked it. I want to do other countries. I want to do Japan. I want to do, obviously, Egypt. I want to do Arabian countries. I want to just research my own brain into these sorts of places and just find out, you know, the history and where it's steeped in. I know already that when I read about Japan in my course that they used to light incense underneath their hair to smoke their hair and things like that. So everything to me just sounds completely amazing, and I hope this was something a little bit different for you guys. Anyway, I'm Akbar, comment down there to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Goodbye.